What do you think of Swift versus C# versus Java?
Too new to have an opinion versus OMG Microsoft versus please stop putting security holes on my PC.
I've heard how Swift is like both C.NET and Java. Can you tell me how they are like?
Aside from all being programming languages, Swift took a lot of features from other languages, like the data structure declarations from C# and Java.
Then it sounds like they adopted a good standard solution, if both C# and Java have it.
It adopted string templating from Java server pages.
JSP is commonly used, so that's not a bad trade.
Swift uses the interfaces, sometimes called protocols, from C.NET. That's the foundation of the object-oriented class structure.
So they use the C# structure for all functions that classes have to follow, but they call it a protocol instead.
Swift also uses garbage collection, also called the automatic reference. That's a trait it shares with C#.
That's a trait it shares with Objective-C.
And Java too.
What about integers?
Swift uses unsigned and signed integers. It picked that up from C#.
And Objective-C had that from C#. At least they had the sense not to throw out some of the best traits of Objective-C in their effort to design a better language.
This reminds me of the joke that in the effort to create one standard for 22 competing standards, a year later you get 23 competing standards.
What does that have to do with Swift?
I know Swift has a cool diving bird logo, but it is not going to be widely adopted.
It does not have to be widely adopted like Java to compete with Java, the way Java competes with JavaScript and Python. It will be popular as long as Apple is popular.
Unlike some languages that can live on in a user community after the corporate backing has disappeared, Swift will only exist as long as Apple backs it.
And given Apple's control over Swift, it probably won't run on anything but iOS. Well, maybe some third-party libraries, like getting a universal app to download to an iPad, or PC to iPad connection driver.
Whereas Java is write once, run anywhere, even running on Apple devices.
Which is why hackers love to write viruses and malware that can exploit security holes in Java. Java is on virtually every computer, from Apple to Unix.
Do not forget Microsoft.
How can I forget Microsoft? I wish I could.
C is routinely used for operating systems, and Microsoft often uses C# for its server application development and MS-OS development.
No one is going to use Java to create an operating system.
No, but if you want an apples-to-apples comparison, Microsoft is C# to Swift's Apple. Wait, that is a comparison to Apple.
Does that mean you like Swift?
Swift does not let you give a non-optional value a null value. Conditional statements do not evaluate expressions, and you do not have to use semicolons and parentheses in conditional statements.
That's a matter of aesthetics.
Or a matter of having readable code.
Given all the brackets Swift requires compared to other languages, fewer semicolons and parentheses is not a problem.